What up, chumps? Today I'm going to be making use of some of our new pieces of science equipment and how on God's green earth do half of these mods work. We're launching in 3, 2, 1, launch. Welcome back to my daily Kerbal Space Program playthrough, and we are starting with building our rocket. So this guy, designed for an... it's a polar orbit, yeah, polar synchronous orbit, is going to be, instead of the equatorial orbits I usually do, going to be designed to actually go from North Pole to South Pole in a circular motion, right? So as far as this goes, it's going to be quite the different inclination we're going to have to choose, especially if we look down at the nav ball here. You'll see how I am off-center, and what really makes this difficult to do, and let's set our circularization here. What really makes this so difficult to do, especially in real life, is because the Earth rotates as quickly as it does, you end up having to counteract the Earth's rotation in your orbit to get kind of a straight line, right? Now, with that being said, from a ground view, because the Earth's rotating and the spaceship would be traveling in a vertical orientation in relation to the Earth's axis, it would be very, very, very difficult, to say the least, to have any form of orbit like that. I mean, the delta V required in real life is quite impressive, to say the least, especially here. Although this particular rocket I made, I only ever filled the liquid fuel canisters to halfway, okay? So this is more than capable of doing a lot more than what it is, and quite frankly, it easily could be an SSTO, and then having plenty more delta V to work with beyond that. But I wanted a way to maneuver it in orbit and not just have an extra butt ton of oh, why is this acting weird? Abort node execution, maneuver, set to maneuver node, I guess not, deploy, thank you, okay, execute next node, there we go, awesome, perfect. So, as far as this goes, I do have a second engine, on the second section of this stage. I did want to give myself plenty of delta V to maneuver, as well as, and I'm going to deploy the photovoltaic cells here again, way more than enough delta V to work with, and battery power, as well as a few more experiments. So as you can see, in the stage here, I do have the new surface scanner installed on this, as well as a docking port, and, I don't know if you can see this, let's rotate this around into the sun, is going to be a negative gravioli detector. Which is going to give us some more science here. I do have high-gain relay antennas on here just for the sake of being more of a relay hub in the future. It will also serve a secondary purpose. And also beyond that, I do have, floating around here, the dual technique magnetometer. There you go, it's a hard word to say. Beautiful. So we are actually now in orbit. Perfect. Although not exactly circular. In fact, I'm going to change the periapsis. I'm going to set that to 103 meters as well. So create and execute. Beautiful. We are going to time warp here pretty shortly. I want this to be a nice circular orbit before I start doing any science here. So why is it so difficult to do a polar orbit, right, versus an equatorial orbit, especially in real life? One of the main reasons is it does take a lot more delta V, the ability to kind of have more fuel for, in essence, the same orbit as something that would be equatorial is kind of a nuisance. Countries, and especially businesses now with SpaceX, congratulations to them, being out there, it's just a lot more work. Now, there are some benefits. Obviously, equatorial orbits can reach certain aspects of the planet that other orbits cannot, but it just takes a lot more fuel, it takes a lot more precision, and especially it takes a lot more communication satellites, because it is such an uncommon orbit. You do have to do a lot of relaying around the other satellites in orbit. So it's kind of a nuisance. Most countries and most everyone do not like doing that. Totally understandable, you know. Alright, so we are going to turn on SAS, turn off RCS here pretty shortly, and we're going to do radial in. This is going to point the antenna towards the planets, and now that we have this option available to us, beautiful, this is a nice little array I got going on, we are actually going to take a look. So perform orbital survey, and that is uploading data, you know what I'm saying? And that is going to get us some more information. What we are going to do is we're going to do a report, not too much going on, we're going to let that be. Alright, so log gravity data, Perfect. The sensor finds subtle changes in the gravity field of Kerbin. Ooh, just upload the data. 10 science something. The science team will want to see these readings, and we're going to transmit that back. That is so that we can actually get those science points, since we are not headed back with the physical research itself. Wait, and as you might see, there's this now this weird shader on the planet itself, and we can actually go into the scanner itself, and what we do is when we hit resources, it'll tell us exactly what is what. So 22% dirt, for example, and it's going to show us exactly where that is. Exotic minerals, nothing really in the vicinity, or at least not much. Gypsum, there's a lot to go through. We're going to toggle overlay, we don't really need to see that at the moment. And then even beyond that, we have one more experiment to do up here. Okay, so activate magnetometer, it extends, and then we are going to log magnetospheric data. Here we go. Ooh, good science. Ooh, it's a lot of science. Okay. The magnetic field is strong here, and it appears to be shielding the area from cosmic rays. Okay, I like that. I'm going to transmit that science as well. Beautiful. Okay. And this has been an incredibly short mission, quite frankly. It's been wildly successful. Ooh, 62.5 data received. Ooh, that was a lot more than expected. Interesting. I wonder why. Odd. There we go. And I'm actually going to have him do an EVA report. Are obstructed. Fair enough. That is fair. He's not going to be able to do an EVA, but in the future he will be able to get out if he does need to. I do have that docking port connected on the side there. Okay, we're good. We're good. Perfect. So, with that being said, guys, yeah, that's about it, actually. So, see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Bye.